Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. I'm your host 819. Today we've got a little video here about Genzin from Raid Shadow Legends. The reason I have decided to make this video about Genzin, he's the first legendary that I've pulled in this game. Obviously, because it's my first legendary, I am going to build him out, and I've not been able to find a lot of information about him. There's a couple of videos of people playing him on the test servers and showing what he does all maxed out, but that doesn't really help anybody who's in a similar position as me. We're still kind of progressing through the game. Basically, he's a attack champion, legendary. He is Spirit Infinity, which is not ideal. I would have actually liked it if he was Magic Infinity. It would have made him a bit more useful. But nonetheless, I found him a great champion. Basic stats: his HP is not fantastic. Could be better. His attack's excellent. He's obviously a nuker. Defense very low. Speed 100. A lot of people would like to see something a bit higher, especially on legendary. You want to see something with a 110 or 109 or 108. But there's a few reasons why his speed is 100, and this figure here is a bit deceptive. We'll get into that a bit later. Crit rate 15, crit damage 63, resistance 30, and accuracy 0. So, why do I say this 100 speed in the rate? Well, we'll have a look at his abilities and it'll make more sense then. So in his A1, attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit fills this champion turn meter by 6%. So that means that on an A1 hit, you immediately get an 18% boost on your turn meter. So that already negates that low speed if you're using the A1. A2 attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance to place a 60% decreased defense buff for 2 turns. Each critical hit fills this champion's turn meter by 10%. So if you've got that crit up, each critical hit 10%. So again, completely averts his speed deficiency. A3 attacks one enemy, will ignore unkillable buffs and shield buffs, fills this champion's turn meter by 30%. So just by using this, you get a 30% turn. So each of his abilities, as long as you got the crit on this, each one of these 3 abilities is going to increase your turn meter. So completely throws out the speed effect. But it gets better. Fills this champion's turn meter by 60% instead if the target has 50% HP or less after this attack. Also decreases the cooldown of the Steel Parting and Fated Vengeance skills by 1 turn if this attack kills an enemy. So we've got 4 turn cooldowns on this, and each of them, if you book them out, you can get another turn off. That's just absolutely fantastic. That means that his A2 and A3 is going to be available a lot of the time. Now, if you're fighting a boss, especially when the boss is still on pretty high HP, this A3 is not going to really help you all that much. But then we have this passive. Increase this champion's speed by 10 and resistance by 50 if there are fewer champions on this champion's team than the number of enemies on an enemy team. This effect always works when fighting bosses. So that means on a boss fight, his base speed is already 110. And if you've got less champions on your team, his base speed is going to be 110. So, like I said, this figure is a bit deceptive. Everything about him is built for speed. He just speed, speed, speed. But the other thing, if you're going to do something like a spider boss, and you're gonna hit crits on these, that'll fill up his turn meter immediately, and you get straight onto this attack. And here's one slight problem that I've got with him on spider boss on auto. He's gonna hit the boss with this A3, where I hit one of the spiderlings. He hit the spiderling with this, then it knocks the cooldown off because he instantly kills the spiderling with this ability. So not so great for auto always, but well, on the spider, but on many other fights, he's fantastic. Just as an idea to go through the reviews here, campaign locations, he's great. He just smashes through waves like no one else. Arena offense, yes, 4.7 is a fair rating. Finite Castle 4.9. It's because of that A1 with that 3 hits. Very good on that. Minotaur's Labyrinth, Spider's Den. Now, this I don't agree with. I would give him a 4.9 on the Spider's Den, but I think the low rating on here is because of the wrong affinity. So when you get to the higher up ones, if you put him into a Magic Affinity Spider, he's dead immediately. Faction Wars, this is fantastic. Everybody's rating on Faction Wars. There is no Shadowkin Faction Wars yet, so yeah, what a joke. Clan Boss, useless. Don't take him to the Clan Boss. He's not made for it. Magic Keep, because it's Magic Affinity, completely useless there. The other keeps, I mean, I wouldn't really highly recommend it. He's alright in Ice Golem's Peak. This guy really, for me, Spider's Den, Finite Castle, Campaign Locations, Arena Fence. Those are the ones that I would put him in. Right, so let's have a quick look at how I've built him out. Now we can have a quick look and get gear. So like I say, I'm free to play, so I haven't got loads of 6-star items. I've currently got him with 39,000 power. The sets that I've gone for, accuracy. I really want this accuracy on him so that he can land that decreased defense on his A2, mostly for arena. Critical damage, I've got him built to 100% crit rate, so I've gone for critical damage on his one set just to get that critical damage up. And yeah, we want to have that 100% crit rate so that we can get those turn meter benefits that he's got there. So total stats on here, like I said, low HP, definitely not a tank. High attack, very high attack here. Low defense, 100% crit rate, and 170 accuracy. Can do with some more. 173 speed, but again, that's deceptive. That's pretty good speed for him. I'd like to get him even more. He'll just get multiple turns after turns after turns and just seem to never end. But yeah, very, very good for that. So yeah, let's get into it and go and check him out in some fights. Okay, next up, let's take him for a quick run through the Finite. I'm currently in stage 14 of Finite. Right, so here we are on the Finite. Okay, with that shield and being on 10 turns, we're going to use his A1, so you can knock 3 off of that. We're going to use Cool Heart's A1, so you can knock another 4 off of it. Elaine will take 2 off of it. Now, his turn meter is almost full, and this is now why we've got this little guy over here. His A2 puts on a reflect damage shield. So when we put reflect damage up here on everybody, that means that when this guy smacks down his shield when he gets to the end of his turn, he's going to take 5 hits immediately. And it knocks 5 down off the shield for us. So that is why we've got that little guy in here. He's not here to do anything else other than just that. Let's get that shield down. There we go. You can throw in his AE just for the hell of it. Bad timing there. Would have liked to have had Cold Hard up, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll come on. We'll make it. A1 again. Get that shield down. A1. Get that shield down. Here we go. Just get some crit and some defense on everybody. He's almost full again, so we're gonna pop our reflection back on again. Oof, down to 5. You can use his A3 here. He's not below 50%, so it's not going to help us on the cooldowns. Now, we're not going to knock his shield out again, so let's get this reflect up. He's going to have another turn before him, so we're going to lose one of our reflections, but it's alright. Still going to knock 4 off of it. Right. Are we going to kill him before he gets his shield back up again? Yeah, let's use this. There we go. So yeah, there we go. 318,000 damage. The damage itself is not that high on this fight, but it doesn't really matter. He's not here to do all that much damage. He's here to put those 3 knocks into that shield, get it down. Same as Cold Art to get that shield down. Nonetheless, still best damage between the bunch. And yeah, good bit of healing between these two. This fight was pretty easy. It was never really threatening. Not the same case if we try and take on stage 15, but yeah, that's stage 14 on Finite, and that's where he really shines. Okay, so we're at Spider, level 13, so Spirit Affinity. So we're just gonna roll out with the AoE. Now, look what happens. I hit with his AoE, and immediately it's his turn again. So getting crit hits on all of these spiderlings completely filled up his turn meter. He kind of gets a double turn. Doesn't kill them though. If it was a force affinity, or he would have probably been able to kill him. So we're going to hit his A3, the Vengeance. Now this is why we can't run him on auto on the Spider, because he's going to hit the boss, and HP is not below 50%. That is not going to kill her, so we're not going to get that cooldown reduction benefit. That's what we want more than anything else. So we're going to hit a Spiderling, get those decreased cooldowns over them. I suppose one of the downsides of getting the extra turn is he immediately lost all those buffs. Right, so he's back again, so there we go. Only one turn away from getting that AoE again. And that is how, even without him being booked, he's just absolutely fantastic on this fight. Now, slight problem here, there's only 3 Spiderlings. It's still going to boost his turn meter quite a lot, but not going to give him a full turn meter like we had before, so would have liked to have had a bit more of that. Let's go for A1. Go, take out a Spiderling again. Now we want all these Spiderlings to be dead, because this boss is going to eat them. I'd have to confess, as good as he is in this fight, it's very frustrating that you can't run it on auto. And even with the new priorities that you can set, you can tell him what move to use, but you can't tell him who to target. So even that doesn't fix him for auto for the Spider. I guess that's probably another reason why people don't like him on the Spider, is because you can't run it on auto. It's such an annoying fight to have to run manually. There we go, again, immediate extra turn. So at this point the boss is below 50%, you could use your A3 on the boss, it will do a decent bit of damage, but it'll just increase your turn meter and it won't give you that cooldown bonus. If you had him fully booked out, that would be amazing. Just close. Right, so look at this damage. 1.5 million. Obviously, he's been our main AoE nuker for the Spiderlings. We were using AoEs on Ultimate Galactic as well as on Elaine. And yeah, his damage is just absolutely superb. Coldot also doing great, but she didn't do that good because of AoE. She's doing that Heartseeker damage. But yeah, he is really good in the Spider-Lane fight, as long as it's the correct affinity. Right, so yeah, that's Genzin. Not much point showing him in any of the other fights. Those are the ones that he really shines on. I'm not going to bother showing him the ones that he sucks at. And just to show in terms of where he's at, I've got 1 book in A1. I've got 2 books in A2, and I've got 1 book in A3. So what I was showing today, he's not really booked out. He's not got much in his masteries. So for somebody who's, sort of early to mid game like I am, as long as you can get some decent kit on him, he's very useful, even if you can't afford to book him out or put him through all the masteries. And yeah, that was Genzin. If anybody has any ideas that you feel might really improve him, if you've also got him, or if you have any other questions, feel free to leave us a comment, and hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.